You know, when I say something about quantum shifting or whatever, I'm saying it in a way just to kind of draw in some unsaved people to the channel. What I'm really saying is I'm trying to push fasting and prayer and break any strongholds, any wrong thinking, renew the mind, step into a new state of being, and take any old ways. And I want to do this my whole life. I don't want to be stagnated at all. Get in the Word, and any wrong thinking, whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether it's in business, side gigs, any kind of business stuff, to see if there's any stinking thinking, renew that, get a new outlook. And with that new outlook, reality has to shift. Reality has to shift. Reality has to shift. And you might say, well, can you give me an example? Okay, think of it this way. Let's say there's a child in this family over here. And let's say it's a poor family. And the family's going down the road and they have a car wreck. And the mom and the dad die, but the baby or the child survives, and they're over there on the side of the road, and somebody picks them up. It goes on the news. Everybody's crying about it, sad about it. And some rich family says, I'm going to adopt that child. They have like compassion on that child, and they adopt the child. And so the way the child was thinking through the poor family, they get adopted and they start thinking according to the rich family. And so their whole destiny changes. All because of a quantum leap. A tragedy can turn into a blessing. Back to what I'm saying, alchemy at the cross. What happened at the cross? That was, everybody said, I want to do alchemy. Well, it's already been done for you. Alchemy's already happened. I want to step into this new calling in my life. I want to step into this new phase. I want to accomplish this goal. I want to remod not only a property, but a life, you know. I want to leave gas to electric car, which I would rather have a hybrid. I'm just using this as an example. I don't want gas anymore. I want electric. You shift. You quantum leap. But any destination or any destiny is a birthing process. Everything's a birthing. So that's why I say you have to get into serious fasting and prayer and serious focus and single-mindedness and write it down, script it out. Like right now, what I'm doing now is I'm going to make a list, and it's probably going to be 50 things, a checklist. And if I have to hire contractors, I'll hire contractors, but I have to work really hard to pay for it, you know. And as soon as I get, so let's say my list of things I got to get done is like 50 things. And I get down to like, I only have 10 left. And I know I can pay a contractor to finish it and then get it rented, and it makes some cash flow, you know. But it's just everything just has to be and one thing that I noticed about this life of meditation and contemplation and reflection. See, if you're new, when you think it, you ink it. When you contemplate it, you template it. When you reflect upon it, you reflect it. When you brood over, you brood it, you birth it. Come on now. What's in the unseen, you can see in the seen. It's a reflection. So what's in the thoughts, what is the imagination? So let's throw another word in there. As you think, as you ink it. You brood over it, you birth it. You contemplate it, you template. You imagine it, you image birth it. Imagination is image birthing. You're birthing a copy. So I'm going to go over here and make me a list. And if it's 50 items, so be it. If it's 100 items, so be it. I'm going to make the list and I'm going to start and check them off. And I'm actually going to use AI to say, okay, I need to get all this done. Give me an outline to get there. And one of my coworkers today, she was talking about how she's trying to do a little side business and she's using AI to do her business plan. And the way she's excited about it, and one of her friends doing it too, the way she's excited about it, she'll probably get rich. I hope she does. I hope she escapes the Matrix repeat cycle game. I hope she does. Quantum shifting. What it really means is you're changing your way of thinking. You're changing your habit patterns. You're changing your outlook. You're changing your actions. You're getting more focused. You're getting more detailed. You're getting serious about something, you know. And since I don't have a piece of paper with me, I don't think I'll have to do it on my phone. I might just sit there for an hour writing stuff out. And then go to the house, throw it in AI and say, okay, these are the things I need to get done. And what is the best procedure or progress to get there? I don't trust AI 100%, but it might give me some new insights I never thought about. AI, artificial intelligence. What does that mean? It's just a conglomeration of the human thoughts compiled in such a way that it pulls from different patterns that it saw that the humans. So AI is just a mirror image of the human, but it's like a sample of 1 trillion humans or 1 trillion thoughts. You know, that sample size is brought down and made more efficient. If there's depression, if there's negative, if there's I can't do it, or if there's scarcity lies, it's all lies. It's all lies. It's all lies. The scarcity lie is a flat out lie. And so if the scarcity lie is a lie, then if you have this elephant, you need to £1,000-pound steak that you need to eat that steak, you got to take it one step at a time, you know, one bite at a time. When you have a goal, you have to take it one step at a time. Actually changing my routine today. And my new friend at the restaurant, we were talking about some stuff. A song came up and she says, "What does that mean?" I said, "Let me look it up." And then I looked it up. It was Jim Dandy, something Dandy to the rescue. And so I looked it up in Wikipedia while I was there eating. And she said, "What'd you find out?" I said, "Hold on a minute. I'm still looking. I'm still meditating on it." And then, so I looked at Dandy to the Rescue. And then the next song after that one was Dandy Got Married, right? And so I told her, I said, okay, here's my. She said, oh, that's what I said. He rescued a woman in a bad predicament, you know. I said, she says, oh. I said, well, you want to hear my interpretation? She said, yeah. I said, well, I looked up that song, then I looked up the next song. So Jim Dandy, or is it Jim, or it sounded like Jim, but something Dandy to the Rescue. And so he pulled her out of a predicament, and they were in love to the hilt, right? But the next song, Judge, he loved me. I went crazy. He loved me, but now we broke up, and I need some support. Back then, it wasn't called child support. I believe it was just support, you know. And she might not have had a child. I need support. So I told that friend of mine, because she said, I said, in the natural, my interpretation is, in the natural, we make all these plans. We're going to do this. We're going to go here. We're going to do this. And there's a Bible verse on it. We set our mind, we're going to go this way and do this and do this and do this. But God sometimes redirects us. And I said, if you trust anything in the natural, if you set your affections down here, it's going to fall apart, right? So then Dandy Got Married, the next song, everything in the natural fell apart. And so I was telling her, I said, we get redirected all the time. God redirects us. And she said, yeah, that. She told me something that happened to her, and said, that's how it happened. Oh, a job. She said, I was at this job, and at this other job, and I just ended up quitting. My interpretation was, it's a fractal, that what we try to do in the natural realm, all these plans we try to make, yeah, they might work out a certain way, but it might work out a different way. Things might fall completely apart, and they usually do, because every time you try to make a plan, God says, nope, I got another plan. I told her, I said, there's no coincidence. And when she said, wonder what that song means, I said, let me look it up, because I was thinking about something. And so I looked it up and followed it through to the next song and look at the context of the whole. So whenever you're trying to kind of get an object lesson in life, you look at it from this way, this way, this way, this way. And so if you look at it from 8 different sides, you get a holographic view, right? And so because you're looking at from this side, this side, this side, you actually can rotate you can see the whole picture. And so when you use your holographic mind to look at something, you look the guy's name who wrote it, the people in the song, the next song, and you look at the whole view and you say, okay, so how does that apply in the fractal of reality? So Jim Dandy to the Rescue, or whatever it was, I forget, I don't know if it's Jim or, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it might have been Jim. We thought it was Jim Daddy to the Rescue. It was Jim Dandy, right? That's another Mandela effect. Hey? But anyway, so you look at the song, you look at the next song, you look at the lyrics, you look at the next lyrics, you look at the fractal, and you look at stuff in your life, your grandparents, your parents, your kids, your neighbors, and you look how, 60%, 70% of the marriage fall apart, and everybody had all these dreams, but God or the life or the flesh, it just fell apart, and they had to go a different direction, And it turns into a quantum connection that's supposed to be till death do you part. It splits up. Somebody cheats. Somebody leaves. It goes apart. And then there's another quantum connection. And they say, oh, we're going to do this. And that falls apart usually. And then the third one's usually the charm. Sometimes not. But I've seen that pattern in life. I've seen patterns where the ones who do stay, they end up fighting like cats and dogs and hate each other. And I've seen it in the church. And so I've seen so many fractals. So when you see something like that, you pull it down from the ether. You look at the fractal. You look at it from 8 different sides. And it might help you make a decision about something. But at the same time, you're interpreting a fractal. And so what you do is you see that everything in the natural, whether it's a business, even if a marriage is till death, one of them dies. So down here in the natural, things fall apart. And so don't get so tied into something that you worship that image or that person or that thing or that dream, because let it die. Rebuild. It's just a death, resurrection. And the cycle is daily, but it also could be every 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, or whatever. Death, resurrection. That is the game, people. And so, see, right now, I'm doing a quantum shift, right? But my mind right now is saying, I can do it tomorrow. Don't do it right now. It'll be all right. But see, I caught that thought. Being lazy, right? So I caught that thought, and I'm consciously focused on the quantum shift. Oh, this is too big of a chunk to get this done. See, that thought came in too. This is just too much work. So I know that's a lie, but that thought came in. So I'm knocking it down. I'm going to go make my list like I said I would. Even though I don't want to, I'm doing it anyway. Because I have to get it done. I have to get this done. Because it will help somebody. It's actually to help other people, Help myself and help others. I finished that walkway last week. It's amazing how leaves will pile up, I still got to do this porch. I should have done it, but I was being lazy. So what you got to do is bring every thought into captivity of that goal, of that dream or whatever. Now God can change it, but you have to make a decision. You have to be a decisive person and make a decision. And no matter how, if you make that decision, you endure it. Even if it's hardship, you endure it like a good soldier, and you just keep enduring it until it appears in the hologram. It's already starting to appear, and there's too much progress to give up now. I'll put that little thing up there, kind of close. I'm going to eventually close this porch in with a bunch of screens. But I'm making progress, and I'm not going to stop. Unless God stops you. But my point is, with that song, I was telling her, in the natural, we have all these dreams. And we have all these things we're doing. But sometimes it crashes and burns. And usually two flesh creatures always fight and argue. But if you're in the spirit walk, you can be in unity. But in the flesh, you're fighting each other. Anyway, I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. Hopefully it does. Shift, so you take every thought into captivity. Okay, what is my goal? Make me a list. Get it done. Yeah, well, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll make the list tomorrow or the next day or next. No, see, that's the wrong way of thinking. You bring that thought, you cast that thought to the side and get it done anyway.